I address you with all the fury of my soul and all the sharpness of my pen. Listen to me. What you call violence against women today is nothing but the bloody result of the mindset I rebelled against in 1792. Back then, they told us we were unreasonable. Today, they tell you you are emotional. The aim is the same, to strip you of your mastery over your own mind and will. This is not an analysis, but a declaration of war. It is not a tale of victimhood, but a guide to empowerment. I am Mary Wollstonecraft, and here I will tell you how to uproot this system of oppression. Part 1. The Origins of Lies. You were taught to be an object. I will start with the most crucial point. The man who abuses you is not actually attacking you, but rather the deep dark void within himself. For centuries, he was taught that a woman is not an individual. She is a man's complement, his property, a tool to satisfy his emotional and physical needs. When you don't fit that definition, when you try to stand on your own 2 feet, when you voice your opinions, that huge lie covering up the void is shaken. And when that lie shakes, the ugly truth beneath it, that terrible feeling of insecurity and worthlessness, comes to light. Violence is the most primitive, most savage way of not facing that truth, of suppressing it once again. This is not an anger management problem. This is a problem of moral decline and character weakness. Anger is merely a symptom. The real disease is a person seeing themselves as having the right to dominate another person. Part 2. The Psychology of the Bully, a philosopher's diagnosis. To understand a bully, you must see through their eyes. He sees the world as a hierarchy of power. He wants to be at the top of this hierarchy. Your success, your self-confidence, your independence are a challenge to this hierarchy for him. Crushing you is not just a matter of pleasure for him. It is a matter of existence. It is an attempt to prove his own existence through your absence. Therefore, never take it personally. The hatred he directs at you is actually a reflection of the hatred he feels for himself. You are his mirror, and he hates what he sees in it. This is his tragedy. However, never allow his tragedy to become your own. Part 3. The Role of Society, a Silent Complicity. Society is a silent accomplice to this violence. Concepts such as family unity, honor, shame, and unbecoming of a man are merely tools used to cover up violence, render it invisible, and condemn you to silence. The mentality that tells you to be patient is actually telling you to submit. The mentality that tells you to let it go is telling you to do not rebel. This is a self-preservation mechanism of a 1,000-year-old system. Dismantling this system requires fighting not only the individual perpetrator of violence, but also this silent complicity. The media, TV series, and films, they all feed this toxic hierarchy. They portray women as princesses who need rescuing and men as warriors who own them. This creates the cultural foundation for violence. True love is not about owning, but liberating. True power is not about oppressing, but empowering. Fourth part, your war strategy. Use your mind and willpower as weapons. Refuse to be a passive victim. This is a war, and your strongest weapons are your mind and willpower. Inner fortress, strengthen your mind. Accept the truth. What you are experiencing is called violence. It is not a disagreement or conflict. Name it. This is the first and most important revolution. The antidote is to repeat to yourself every day that this is a lie. Focus your anger. Your anger is your most valuable fuel. Use it not as resentment pent up inside you, but as energy that propels you into action. Read, learn, and plan with this anger. 2. Practical defense, evidence, economy, alliance. Keep records like a historian. Write everything down. Date, time, what was said, what was done, witnesses. This is not only legal evidence, but a tool to protect your sanity. The bully will try to drive you mad. Written records preserve your connection to reality. Save money. Find a job or learn a skill. Secure your escape route financially. 3. Tactics. Choose your battleground wisely. Avoid direct physical conflict. This is their playing field. You will fight with the power of your mind. Setting boundaries is a weapon. Set clear, firm, and consistent boundaries. I will not allow you to treat me this way. This sentence is like building a wall. Repeat it every time. Target their weak spot. External image. Bullies often wear a decent person mask to the outside world. Removing this mask is what will hurt them the most. Use your evidence to remove this mask. Part 5. Escape and reconstruction. Leaving the Pharaoh's palace. Sometimes the greatest victory is leaving the battlefield. If the voice inside you says that environment is no longer safe, listen to it. Escape is not cowardice, it is strategy. It is the strategy of valuing your own life more than a relationship or a home. After escaping, the real work begins. Rebuilding yourself. Mourn. Mourn for the time you lost, for your dreams, for the person you trusted. This is part of healing. Make peace with your loneliness. They told you were half a person. Learn to stand on your own 2 feet. Don't be afraid to be your own company. Learn a new language. Forget the language of fear and submission. Instead, learn the language of self-confidence, self-love, and setting boundaries. This new language is the foundation for building a new self. Write your own story. Not as a victim, but as a hero. Not as someone defeated, but as someone who has triumphed. You are now the author of this story. 6th part. The ultimate goal. Destroying the system. Individual salvation is not the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is to dismantle the system of violence at its roots. Teach them to be warriors, not princesses. Change the language. Remove phrases like "women are emotional" from your vocabulary. Say people are emotional. Question the media. Protest any content that normalizes or romanticizes violence against women. Final call. Your rebellion will ring out for 1,000 years to come. I am Mary Wollstonecraft. My rebellion was not confined to the 18th century. It lives on in the heart of every beaten woman, in the tears of every victim of abuse, in the voice of every person who says no. My final words to you are these. Never forget, you are not an object. You are an individual. You are not property. You are a human being. You are not a means to an end. You are an end in yourself. Find that unquenchable light within you. Nurture it and hold it high like a torch in this dark world. Have pity on the oppressors, for they live in their own hell. But never burn in their hell yourself. Subscribe and share your comment now. I'm sure you'll be good if you listen to me and think carefully. See you at the next part.